Hello everybody, and especially microeconomics students. Here is a summary for the second chapter, Scarcity and Choices. In this chapter, we will find out what gets produced, how it gets produced, what is the production possibility frontier, when do we have inefficiency, what is the MRT, when do we have economic growth, and what are the different economic systems. First, what gets produced? In order to produce, we have to use a factor of production. There are 4 factors of production. Land such as minerals, metals and raw materials. Capital such as plants, machines and equipment. Labor such as workforce and employees. Entrepreneurship such as management, planning, coordinating the 3 other factors, risk-taking and organizing. Land is the fixed factor. Capital is the tool. Labor are the muscles. And entrepreneurship is the mind. Payment for land, rental cost. For capital, interest rates. For labor, salaries and wages. While entrepreneurs gain profits. Now let's move to how it gets produced. Private firms are the main producers. This schematic explains clearly the correlation between supply and demand. There are 3 types of markets. Land market, capital market, and labor market. Let's see the difference between consumers' goods and capital goods. Consumers' goods are for final consumption. For example, bags, shoes. However, capital goods are the production of a unit to produce another good. For example, machine. Now let's move to the production possibility frontier. What is the PPF? It is the maximum of production we can reach in an economy using all the resources. It is a graph that represents a combination of 2 goods. PPFs have certain assumptions. 1. To consider only 2 goods in the market. 2. Full employment, full production. 3. Resource supply and technologies are fixed. 4. The curve is concave down. 5. The slope is always negative. 6. Shiftability of resources. This is the graph representing the PPF. The points on the PPF are combinations give full production, full employment and efficient use of all resources. A point here, above the PPF, is unreachable in the shortcoming. A point below the PPF means that you are not using efficiently the resources. The max production is not reached less than optimum. Not all the resources are used. A shift from D to E means that we have more employees and we produce more efficiently. If the PPF shifts to the right, we have economic growth. What is the best point on the PPF? It depends on the need of the society. Since we don't know the needs of the society, we cannot find the best point. When do we have inefficiency? Inefficiency is when you misallocate or waste the resources. It is a point under the PPF. MRT. MRT stands for marginal rate of transformation. It is the change in Y over the change in X. It is always negative because it is downward sloping. When do we have economic growth? When resources increase, production increases so the PPF shifts to the right. This will result in an increase in the GDP of an economy. But the shift is not parallel. When an economy increases its production, between Y and X, it doesn't increase Y and X proportionally, it depends on the need of the society. In the last section we will find out the different economic systems in the world. Command economy or centrally planned economy. It is an economy in which the government sets and controls everything. For example, China and Cuba. The advantage of this system is that it creates equity among citizens. The disadvantage is that decisions are taken on the national goals and not on the individual tastes and preferences. Laissez-faire economy. The equilibrium market will set the output and control everything. Everything is determined by the intersection of demand and supply. The advantage of this system is that producers make the good at the lowest cost of production and consumers get the best quality of goods at the cheapest prices. The disadvantage is that there will be no fairness. Mixed economy. The government and the market play a major role. The government organizes the market, but it has a certain limit. The government controls and interferes by smoothing the fluctuation of prices, by setting taxes. The central bank increases or decreases the interest rates, but do not decide what households consumes. Thank you for watching this video. If you found it interesting, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can find the summary for Chapter 1 Microeconomics, Basic Concepts in Economics on the following link. The next video will be a summary for Chapter 3 Microeconomics, Demand, Supply and Market Equilibrium.